As we are approaching winter season, a lot of sellers are going to be thinking about taking their properties off the market. So before we do that, I want to ask a few questions. If, for example, we received an offer tomorrow, would you still sell it? Most of the sellers will say yes. So, okay, great. What changed? Let me understand what changed. And a lot of sellers will say, well, this is a winter, this is a weather, this is historically a bad time to sell. We're going to put it back in spring, 50,000 more than what we're asking right now, we're going to sell it. Historically, every single year, spring is better than fall and winter time. Yes, that's true. But there's few things that we have to keep in mind as well. Holding the property costs money. So just to hold every single month, on average, this is $4,000 just in mortgage payments, and then you have all the other things and other risks that could happen in the winter time to a property that's vacant, if we're talking about the vacant property. Number two is that if your house is not for sale, it cannot be sold, period. If we're not for sale, we cannot sell. That's another one that's true, because between Thanksgiving and the New Year's, historically, is the slowest time for real estate. There's less contracts being signed, but there's a lot of contracts being signed in that time. I personally always negotiating something on holidays. Always, all the time. All the time. Yes, there's less contracts that being signed. If you open up the MLS, you're going to see less contracts being signed, but there's far less properties for sales because everybody moved off the market. Everybody pulled their houses off the market. That left few properties on the market. Now we have few contracts being signed, of course, but the demand is there. Buyers are there. Just recently, there was a property not too far from here for sale for a very good price, and the seller got 59 offers. 59 real offers and probably another 59 buyers that did not write an offer. The market is there. The fact that we're not getting the offers is because we are probably higher than we should be. But this is just to understand that we understand the psychology. But if you pull off the market, you cannot sell. Holding the property costs money. Contracts are being signed. Even though there's less, there's always deals that are being done. And when we take our property off the market, we just help the other sellers that are still on the market to sell their properties. When you're the buyer, of course you want to buy in the fall and winter time because those sellers are motivated. But waiting doesn't cost for you in these three months. When you're waiting in December, January, or if you're waiting in November and December and you're not buying, it doesn't cost you to hold the property. But for the seller, it does cost to hold the property. That's why fall and December are the most motivated months between sellers and the buyers. You can always take it off the market. You don't have to keep it for sale. You don't have to accept an offer. You can always reject an offer. You can always change your mind. You can always take it off the market. But don't rush taking it off the market. And remember that we always sign contracts on the weekends. We always sign contracts on the holidays. And it's not always the best advice to take it off the market in the winter time and put it in the springtime, because that's what everybody does. Everybody's most of the times wrong. So keep that in mind. Hope that helps. I'll see you soon.